Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. This time we actually have a fairly busy episode after last time, doing the Frenzied Flame Village and honestly just this whole area. But this time we're going to actually hit this Erdtree. This Erdtree. We're going to go under this plateau. And we might have a couple extra things planned depending on how long this takes. But we start off here at the Mausoleum Compound. This is the Old Place Ruins, I think it is. And we have to go up and around. We can ignore these Unga Bunga dudes. Usually I wallop them, but they're not paying out a lot of souls and not really important. Plus, we gotta deal with more of them here. So, I guess one does want to fight. Serpentine. Now that's done. Between episodes, I also upgraded... where is it? Vike Spear. Because it's faith scaling, even though I've said I'm going to do strength, I'm going to do dex, I keep flip-flopping. At this current point, I'm just kind of leveling both at roughly the same rate, depending on what weapon I want to use, since dexterity also has some additional things. Reduces casting time of spells, which is a big thing for throwing like fireballs. Speed it up a bit. Kind of a boon overall. We're gonna go take out this guy. Unfortunately, we do have to deal with these guys, but thankfully, at my level, these guys are no big deal. And they shouldn't be that much of a challenge for you, either if you're leveling your weapons good enough. And a big thing I want to stress is never be afraid to level a weapon and then throw it out after a while. Like, yeah, it sucks having weapons that you powered up only to get rid of, but this game is very generous in how many weapons you get, so, and the ease of getting smithing stones, so it's not a big issue. This guy I'll go down easy. Erdtrees, they're difficult if you don't have fire. And honestly, these guys essentially play like a souped-up version of the Asylum Demon from Dark Souls, or the Stray Demon, depending on what you've played for the games. See? Easy. Even without the skellies, it would have been doable. Those three, depending on what you mix in, they will boost your corresponding damage type. So, lightning, if you're dealing lightning damage, you'll deal more damage. Magic, boosts magic. Holy, boosts holy. But with him knocked out, and there's really nothing else to do around the tree, we can move on to the next place. I do wish there was more to do with the trees. But, there's always things you can wish for, but for what the game offers, I can't complain. So next we'll head over to the converted tower and make our way over. I always get turned around here. Lone marionette soldier. If you can farm these guys for their spear, do it, because it's a spear that inflicts bleed. We gotta deal with some guardians, but, once again, not an issue. Okay, I stand corrected, have to deal with a guardian. Those guys are definitely not strong enough to stand on their own as a challenge for a player. Unless you're low enough level. Yeah, and once again, Black Flame Fireball and the Black Flame effect just run rampant on this boss. You can just see it burning health down. Ah, I thought I could get the fireball off in time. See, that's why you put points into dexterity. And now we get Cerulean Crystal Tier, Ruptured for explosions. I can't remember what Cerulean does. We'll actually check and kind of go over all these quick. Also, as a side note, if you want a tier that boosts dexterity, go to this island. It'll be like right here, there's some Albinarics, you just bop them and move in, there'll be a bowl. You interact with that, and you get the tier. Let's see, so we've got... Yep, the dexterity one. Boost magic, lightning, holy. Spiked, enhances charge attacks. Oh, Cerulean restores FP. And then, yeah, Ruptured makes you explode. A few times I've considered turning my physic into a half HP, half FP restoration. But since it's best used as like a boss thing, I just find boosting my stats to speed up my killing of the boss helps a lot more. Can we make our way from here? Yeah, easily. Okay, so we don't have to... The other route is we would spawn here and make our way in, but we'll just ride on into the next location. Which you actually... Okay, you need this, but I don't know if you fully need it. It's one of those weird kind of deals. Because you use it, you get half the medallion needed for the lift up here at the Grand Lift of Dectus. If you remember when I went to... What was the location? Oh, it was Fort Height. When I went up top, there was... Goopy Goop Man, avoid him. But when I went up there, there was half an amulet I was able to get. That, while we're here, we will get the other corresponding half. And some other neat stuff, so. I just want to scoop up all the free poison bloom and all of that stuff. Oh, another goopy man. There's no point in fighting the goop men. You know, you're down here in Poison Swamp. I mean, at this point, they are well within their advantage, and you have no advantage other than being on horseback. And now we're here at the Village of Albinarics. Just poke these guys. They're annoying. They'll hurt you. Don't let the fact they don't have legs, you know, distract you or make you think they're weak. Ah, really? Okay. Thought I'd taken care of this, but I guess not. So, I'll be back here in a second. And this is actually useful for you. If you've gotten a Feli Lu over here and had her join you or not, you go back to Table of Lost Grace after talking to Gideon and getting him to move out of the central room, because you need to progress her storyline and she'll show up to help you here. And then she should be over here, down the stairs? She's either just here, not. Then she should be up here outside of the room Gideon's in. Yeah.
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the round. Nefeli Lu. I'm glad to see you. I found it in God. You defeated him. Make good use. I don't intend. Ah, yeah. I wonder if he's in his study. If you haven't already. Father is, I'm sure, talking.
Not really important dialogue. Just establishing her character. Then she'll be able to go back. She's still there. I think we talked to Gideon.
I understand you've been speaking to Nefeli. I took her in. No, I mean, so I put it to do not hesitate despite her look.
Yeah, essentially, Gideon's an ass. He found her, adopted her, and was like, hey, yeah, you're just gonna be a soldier for me. And as a result, he just uses her as a tool, which, in the end, that's how he views everyone. Every single person in the Table of Lost Grace, like Ensha, like Nefeli, they're just soldiers for him. But now we can head back, and she'll be there, and we can talk to her and continue that storyline. Nope, going the wrong way. I always do that. I have a compass and I still can't figure out directions. The smithing stone too isn't that great, since if you cleared Ray of Lucaria Crystal Tunnel already, the bell bearing you get from that gives you the ability to buy infinite level 2s. I'm actually kind of sitting here going, dang, I need level 3s. Ah, just shy of the damage need to kill. Well, best to not let him suffer. Alright, yep. That's what I was looking for. There's Nefeli.
Oh, it's you. Well, what do you make of it? What's happened to this village? I witnessed a sight much the same in my infancy. The oppression of the weak. Murder and pillage unchecked. A waking nightmare made by men.
I just noticed all the dead bodies here.
But this time, I'm a woman grown. And though the suffering cannot be undone, I can still mete out justice. Justice to the oppressors. Let the scars I carve remind them. I am Nefeli Lu, warrior. But this time, and though the suffering...
Okay, you're just gonna say the same thing. Don't care. Poke. This is honestly the best part about this weapon, is just aggressively poking. Oh god, they're all coming. I forgot they're belligerent and numerous. Larval tier, those are useful if you want to respec. I'm contemplating it. It's not going to be much of a respec, and mostly just be to... I mean, I can still do it, realistically, to dip into Arcane more. And the whole train of thought there is... there's a... drawing a blank here. Sacred Seal, that's the series of words I was looking for. There's a Sacred Seal that uses Arcane. But I don't think it's a Faith Arcane, I think it's just flat Arcane. So... it's a gamble. I don't know for sure. I might change just for scaling on elements. For status effects. Sneak up on this guy. Because that is the first depraved perfumer you'll meet. They essentially throw, like, sparkly stuff at you that explodes or bursts into flames or does stuff that's not good. So, don't let them live. Ivory Sickle, it's a dagger, int scaling. People say it's good, but I think it's just because of the quick step. This pot.
Please no, dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait then, you're not one of them? Well, what a relief. Oh, goodness me. I am Albus and Albinarics. As you can see, we're finished. The whole village is finished. The cursemongers have destroyed everything. No one that remains has their wits about them. I beg you. Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the cursemonger's hands. And if you should meet the young Albinarics Latena, then please give it to her.
And now we have both halves of the medallion. And we can actually go and find Latena. It's actually... we have to make our way over here. And then we actually get her as a spirit summon, which is pretty useful. She rides a... actually, no, I don't think she rides a wolf. But she's a pretty good archer. Thought I could finesse that. And now we have our boss fight. That guy just above my head. But before we take him on, I would like to see... I don't think this is within range. No. I'd like to try to take out the dogs, because I can guarantee they will be a problem. Yep. He angy. I was hoping to have time to summon my skellies. So as you can see, he hits hard. I've been summoned a number of times for this fight, and I can say outright, you don't need extra people. You just need to stay away. You know, use spirit summons. Or if you want to be cool, summon people. You know, getting people summoned, it does help other players, gets people rune arcs. It's generally a nice thing to do. I just don't summon for every fight. least in this run, just to kind of show, like I've said before, that you can do all of this just with spirits and yourself. I mean, the only way you're going to really struggle is if you're underleveled, your gear's underleveled, or, worst case scenario, your build is bad. But you really shouldn't have a bad build unless you're just picking random stuff or not taking the right stats. Now that we got that done, I believe we can actually head back down to Nepheli. You can summon her for this fight, I just didn't. You know, she would increase the health of the boss, and it's not really necessary.
But this time, and though the suffering...
Okay, you're still talking about that. We'll go rest and see if that resets her. Okay, now she's gone. And with that, you know what, we'll actually go get Latenna quick. Actually, as I'm here, I have to stop and think. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember if it was somewhere you could access earlier or if you had to move further this way to actually find the spot to get to her. Yeah, land squirts! No, mushroom. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I remember this. Not good. Oh. Here I was ready to dodge roll out, but... I forgot there was demi-humans here. Oh, I hear something behind me. Yeah, it's the little ones you gotta watch out for. 'Cause they'll pounce on you and stab you. Yeah, this boss fight. The second I walked in here, I remembered the boss fight. I was not having fun with it. It's an enemy you fight a few times, and none of the times are pleasant. We'll come back to that. Oh, I guess that's... Oh, no, you can jump down this way. Yeah, that's the way you go down, I think. I went through this dungeon, I was on autopilot while I was doing it. Yep. Try me, my guy. Easy claps. Spear Talisman, that's... What does that do? Counterattacks unique to thrusting weapons. It works. I'm not gonna use it. I feel like 5 Faith is a better use, and... What's my other one? Improve stamina regen. I do roll spam a lot, and I'd rather not be caught with no stamina when I'm casting spells, or at least caught with no stamina for only a brief time. Make sure to gather stuff, even if you never use it. There's always a chance, and there are certain items that, looking back, I'm like, yeah, I could probably use those, and that would help me a bit. Crystal Slug! Don't underestimate those. Figure I'll poke those just so everyone can tell they're not actually accessible, they're not illusory walls. Man, I love sweeping attacks. Oh, this is actually the spot to go down. There's no reason to use soft cotton. That smithing stone is nice, though. And then this is the boss room. Yeah, it's a Bloodhound Knight, so... The Forlorn Hound. It's him as just a generic boss. I hate this guy so much. Luckily, my stuff works on him very well. Cerulean Amber Talisman just boosts your FP. Not by a lot, it seems. I think it's percentage based, so the more you have, the bigger your bonus is. It's okay. I don't use it. Ah, here she is.
Tarnished. What do you want? I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough?
Do you speak true?
So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I have no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Lieutenant. An Albinaric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me.
And you know, just all-hearing, she's talking about, Gideon.
The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would you consider doing me a great service? I must go back. There is something I must do, even if I must say farewell to my wolf Lobo. Will you show me the way? To the land of Miquella's Halig tree. If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the medallion's other half. Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands, north of the Erdtree, in Castle Sol, on the mountain tops of the Giants, accessible by the grand lift of Rold. Then I suppose it's time. Farewell, Lobo. My faithful wolf. My better half. I will go with the Tarnished, so that our journey will not have been in vain. Forgive me, Lobo.
I actually have to check something quick. First, we get her as this Ash.
And I will fight at your side.
But key items. Okay. Oh, so that's the Halig tree. That's not even the Dectus medallion. Okay, so that was my bad. I forgot which one is which. Means I still have to find that other stupid part of the medallion. It's somewhere, I'll find it eventually. Because like she said, the Halig tree one, that's up in the north. And we'll end up finding that later on. I wonder if that's gonna trigger what I think it triggers, though. It should. We'll see. Oh, it did. Come on. Ensha thinks he's cool, but I have madness magic. Be nice if I could land these. Yep, now we get his, like, punching dagger weapons. As you can see, you hold a hand and stab with an arm. I don't use them. I can see a build being centered around them, but I'm not a fan. And now we get his armor, which will actually change out. We'll get a good look at my helmet. Change that out, because I can fit this. And I think it goes with the armor, considering the Mausoleum Knights are warriors who beheaded themselves to follow their god, or their demigod, into the afterlife. Or into, I guess, unlife to serve them. About Ensha.
My apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore. Ah, yes. Allow me to tender some advice in regard to the half of the secret medallion you possess. Find the Albinaric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia. She knows the location. Find the Albinaric. She hides in a cave. She knows the...
Well, that's not useful. I already have that information. But we actually have another fight ready to go. First, we'll talk to Roger.
Ah, hello. I was hoping to see you. My examination is complete. Here's the knife print back, with my thanks. Now I have a fairly good idea who performed the rite upon the blade. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Lunar Princess Rani. One of the children born to King Consort Radigan and his first wife, Ronala. demigod and sister to General Radahn and Praetor Rykard. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint. Truly, you have my thanks. But if I might be so bold, I would like to ask something more of you. If Ranni truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me. And then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long. I have some idea of Ranni's potential whereabouts. There's a manor to the north of the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. It is the familial home of the Carian royals, from whom Ranni descends. There's been talk of the old royals' vassals gathering there in recent years. Ranni's whereabouts since the Shattering are a well-kept secret. She hasn't been seen even once, but I suspect she might have returned to the manor in which she was born. I'm afraid there's something I must tell you. Do you know of those who live in death? The very notion of life in death defies the Golden Order. By Dee's account, these defiled fiends must be expunged. But truth be told, I seek the curse mark to save them. You may find this peculiar, but I discovered something in my examination of the Night of the Black Knives. These souls have committed no offense. They have every right to life, only they happen to touch upon a flaw in the Order. Yes, indeed. If Dee knew what drives me now, he would surely boil over with rage. Or perhaps he would even feel some pity. But no need to fret. None of that will come to pass. I can tell a good lie when I need to.
But we actually have one more fight, like I'd said. Just wanted to finish that up. And we're gonna go full bore here. Everything's ready. This should work. Yep, there we go. Think I care about a bow? Yeah, that worked out pretty well. And that is something to note. Can't see it, but the Frenzied Burst spell, NPCs can't really dodge it reliably. So you can kind of abuse that. We'll check around here because there is some other loot in this area, since you can only get here by dropping down. This is actually a good faith weapon, the Cypher Pada, until you get the Coated Sword. It is holy, essentially words that you can swing and they will then ignore shields, but they only scale off faith. If you're going like 100% faith, no other stats, you could run it. Just like the Coated Sword, but that's really up to you in the end. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.